Whenever you're ready.
What happened to the education system in America? I'm Cody Armstrong, and the title of this presentation is America's Education System. America has always had its ups and downs in education. This presentation will talk about the good, bad, and what needs to be done in order to make the education system better. To start with the good, Jeffrey Brainerd, who wrote 50 Years After Sputnik, America Sees Itself in Another Science Race, stated that during the Cold War, the educators and the government were looking for a change after noticing that the Soviet Union was winning the space race. Brainerd mentioned that with this new information, they created the America Competes Act. And for me, I feel like the America Competes Act, it's good, but they should have actually started sooner, before noticing that they were losing to the Soviets, because that, education is one of the most important things, because the kids are our future. So if they don't know anything, then, or know less, they should be more educated. And Brainerd expanded on the America Competes Act by mentioning that it was originally supposed to just fund science programs, but with the money that they were getting, which was so high, they ended up using it for all the other education, and the education system was just growing rapidly with it. And I think that this is great because more money gets you books, and it also gets you better educators. And other good thing that is in the that I learned was that special education is one of the best things that we have as for education. And in an article called Accommodations for Students with Learning Disabilities, it talks about these students get accommodations that help them excel. And for me, I know it's a great thing because it helped me out whenever I was in school. It helps you with anyone really with if they need extra help on tests or extra time or really anything. And it also is used for if you're autistic and you have sensory overload, they have rooms now that you can actually go into it and calm down, and then you can go back into class later. Other things that I found good are, mainly that there are good teachers and administrators, and they're making education better, although maybe at small limits. But when we start to actually get the education system back on track, it will be the main people that we can use. So to move on to the bad, we have bad teachers. They are mainly just throw books at you, or some throw books at you and just say do your work, or they read from it just really dull and you can't really learn much from it. So and we also have students that don't really care, and they don't do the work and don't help themselves out. But I'm going to mainly talk about sports and education. I remember learning that stuff really early on in education, and they just kept on bringing it up. I don't know if there are people that just didn't like listen, or if the teachers actually didn't teach it to them, even though they should have. But that's really, that's really unnerving knowing that, and we really need to fix that if that's the case. And after that scary thing, we're moving on to what needs to be done. Tina Burskian, author of Why Schools Need to Change, mentioned that students actually told their teachers that they want to see them care and invest in them more, in them personally and in their education. I feel like this is a very easy thing to implement into the classroom, so that if they want to, or if they get this, they will want to actually learn. They'll do better in the class and do better on tests or whatever you want. And another thing that Ian also mentioned was that they want more one-on-one time. The students want more one-on-one time. And I know whenever I was back in like elementary school and stuff, and even in high school, I liked whenever the teacher came up to help me, because I personally didn't like when they were like, are there any questions with the whole class there. I liked it just being me and the teacher, and they helped me bit by bit if I had like extreme problems with it. And a thing to help out with this would be to add to add aides for the students in there, so that each of them could have help, or well, at least 3 people in there, so that they can hit more kids. And to conclude, we talked about the good, the bad, and what needs to change. Some of the good, we have had money poured in at times, but we can use that to learn to actually do it again.